What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome. Okay, welcome. But today we are doing a know before you go to Tulum. I am so excited about this because my know before you go to Aruba did really good. I got a great response. I was able to help a lot of people out. I feel like it was just super helpful. I was able to answer so many questions for people. People were giving me really good feedback for that video, so I decided, you know what, let's do another one for Tulum. And this one was important to me because I know I had a lot of questions before going to Tulum. And let me just say right now, guys, I loved Tulum. Okay, I loved it. So I have my notes here. We're about to get into it because it's a lot that y'all need to know before y'all go. Okay, it's a lot. So let's start off with getting there. So first we stayed in Cancun for a few days, so make sure you guys check out my Cancun vlogs because they are lit, okay? And then we drove from Cancun to Tulum. Now there's about a 45-minute drive to Cancun. However, I have heard that drive can be up to 3 hours depending on traffic. I went during a time where obviously it was no traffic because it only took us 45 minutes and it was a straight shot, super easy. At first I was worried. I was like, oh my gosh, like, are the signs going to be in English or Spanish or what, you know? I was worried, but there were Spanish and English signs, and honestly it was a straight shot the whole way there. You had one turn once you were already in Tulum. So literally the drive is the easiest thing ever. It's literally straight the whole way, and then once you're actually there, you make one turn. So it was pretty simple. We did rent a car. There are shuttles that you guys could take. There's different companies that have different shuttles that go all day long, and they're like labeled on the vans. It's like I'm sure it's easy to find one. I don't know much about the shuttles because that wasn't a route that I was looking to take, so I did not look into that at all. I knew that I was going to be driving from Cancun to Tulum, so all I did was look into the rental cars. The rental car was very inexpensive. It was actually, I can't remember exactly, but I know it was definitely cheaper than what I would have spent in the States. However, I would recommend you get insurance if you are going to drive yourself. Why? Because they play bumper cars in Mexico, okay? And especially Tulum, literally. Like, I was sitting in the car while a guy was playing bumper cars with my rental. He was literally backing up, pulling in, backing up, pulling in, and I'm laying on the horn like, stop hitting my car, and he was not having it. It was a hot mess. That's a little, I will talk about that a little bit later. Our car got hit, actually got scuffed, like a scratch and a black little scuff. When we had it parked, we had paid for parking and came back, big black scuff and scratch on the bumper. So if you guys are going to drive, make sure you spend the extra money to get the insurance on the rental because it's going to be worth it. I'm telling you, they are not very what's the word I should use, they're not very cautious while driving and parking in Tulum. So I'm gonna let you know that now. Actually got there, I was super excited. It was a lot of first for me. I had been to Cancun before, but I have never been to Tulum, so I was like super duper excited the whole time. We stayed at Copal Tulum, and it was a nice hotel. I do want to say that I was a little thrown off in the beginning because I was expecting a little bit more luxury. Like, I was looking into Copal, I was just like, I expected a little bit different. However, I am not saying that to say it is not nice. I really did love that hotel. However, it wasn't as luxury as I expected it to be. But there's nowhere in Tulum that is like that because it's really like a jungle, earthy feel. You know what I mean? So coming from Cancun, the resort we were at there, which was lavish, okay, everything was given to you hand and foot, like you were waited on all the time, 24/7. To going to Tulum when it's kind of like the room was nice, don't get me wrong, the room was very nice, it was clean, there was air, so that was good. It wasn't nasty or anything like that. However, it was just like we had to wait for clean towels. It was like, it was just they're still developing, you know what I mean? So they're still like getting used to things, I guess. They're getting used to like being sold out where the hotel is completely full, you know? So it was just like, I don't know. I feel like for Tulum, because I did a lot of research, that was one of the best places you can go. There are other many nice places, but that was definitely one of the best. And I did like it. I did. However, I just want you guys to be prepared for a little bit more of the earthy jungle vibes. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what you get. You get like luxury in the jungle. So it's as luxury as the jungle could possibly get. You know what I mean? But overall, I would say that Copal was probably, or Copal. I don't know if I'm saying it right, y'all. But I would definitely say for a hotel in Tulum, I would give it a 10 out of 10. Definitely. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful hotel. I love the hotel. I just was expecting different, so I don't want you guys to get your hopes up and expect different like I did. You know, so don't get me wrong. It is very nice. The bugs, the mosquitoes, honey. If don't nobody tell you, I'm gonna tell you, the mosquitoes in Tulum do not play. They don't play, okay? Y'all, I don't play with the mosquitoes. I do not like mosquito bites. I don't like the idea of mosquito bites. I don't like the fact knowing that a bug was on me long enough to bite me. I don't like it, okay? So I have my off spray, my off lotion, and we had citronella bracelets, okay? One day we ran out of one of them, the off spray, and I had like 2 mosquito bites in like seconds. Like, I'm not playing. It was probably within an hour I had 2 mosquito bites after running out of the spray, even though I put the lotion on and had the bracelet. Okay, so it was like all 3 of them definitely helped me for sure. I definitely needed all 3 lines of defense. I went to go to the nearest store and grab me some off spray. If you do forget your off spray, there is off literally at every store because they know the mosquitoes not to be played with. At Copal, they have like the steam all the time to try to keep bugs away, but it's literally like the hotel, when you go inside, once you get inside where the rooms are, it looks like it was built right in the middle of the jungle. Like, there's so many trees, and like there's a very small walkway, so there's still bugs. Even though they have like the steamers and stuff, there's still bugs all day, every day, you know. But it wasn't I was just quick. I was in and out. If I wasn't out on my deck, on my little patio, I was in and out. I didn't play with the bugs for real. I'm not even about to sit out there and try to see if they're gonna bite me. So getting around in Tulum was fairly easy during the week, I should say. The weekend was bizarre. The traffic is crazy. The strip in Tulum is one way in and one way out, and it's 2-lane road, like one way there, one way back. That's it. So there is no getting in the next lane. There's none of that. So when you go on the weekend, you will be sitting in traffic. You will. If you're going somewhere that's about 15 minutes away, on the weekend, it's going to take you 1 hour and 20 minutes in a car. So a lot of people walked or got scooters. We actually had the rental car, of course, and then we actually got scooters, and they were pretty cheap. I think the scooters were like about $60 to the place we went. It was about $60 per day for 24 hours. I want to say 60. If it wasn't 60, I know it wasn't no more than 75 because I remember it being pretty cheap for the both of us. But we did get a scooter and we kept it for, I think, 2 days. So yeah, $60 for 24 hours. And that was like the easiest thing because you can go around the cars and you don't have to wait for that traffic. However, if you're getting dressed and going to dinner, then you know the scooter is not the way to go because, like, who want to be all dressed and pretty and looking good and then you flying on a scooter, so by the time you have the scooter, your hair back here, you know, just like the most, you know. So dinner time, just be ready. If you have a reservation, be ready to leave about 1 hour and 30 minutes before your reservation. Trust me, okay? Please trust me. But the bikes and scooters are definitely the way to go. Most hotels have bike rentals. I know our hotel did, I believe, for like $5 a day. They had bike rentals, and our hotel was pretty, it wasn't far from the strip at all, but I would say it was about, if you're doing a bike ride, it might be about 20-minute bike, 10 to 15 minute bike ride, I would say. But there's other things. There's like on the, if you go the opposite way of the strip, there's like another little strip of businesses and restaurants, and that was like almost right outside of our like cluster of hotels, I should say. We did, there's a lot of walking. There's parking everywhere. You basically have to walk everywhere. There's not, every place doesn't have parking. And it's like sand, it's like dirt and rocks. You know what I mean? So don't wear your favorite new white shoes. Do not, okay? I had to wear slides most of the time. I would just take my shoes. If I want to get a picture, I would take my shoes and put them in my backpack because they were going to be ruined and they were going to be dirt by the time you were done. Don't wear no expensive brand new shoes there. Don't. unless you're gonna do the swap over real quick. Let me be the one to tell y'all. We did drive during the week. We did drive and there was no problem. Like, so we were in Tulum for 5 days. So we were there for the weekend and we were there for some days of the week. And the weekdays was like, so you can get anywhere in the right amount of time, in the actual amount of time. It was so easy, so simple, so nice. However, the downside to that is, with that being said, a lot of the places are closed. So like a lot of the shops were closed during the week. It wasn't like everything wasn't open and booming how it was on the weekend. Also, a lot of the cenotes and like museums and like, you know, the attractions, a lot of the attractions close at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you are looking to go to the cenote or any of the big attractions there, you definitely have to get there early. There's usually like a little bit of a line, but you have to wash off completely before you go into any cenotes. We went to a couple, so make sure you guys check out my Tulum vlogs because they lit too, okay? They're lit. I like the restaurants and stuff like that, that's open. The strip is open. It's just like the attractions, like the ruins and the cenotes, things like that. It was so hot. It was so hot. Like, oh my gosh. We went April. So it was like in April, beginning of May, we were there, and that week, and honey, it was hot, like very hot. Like y'all know I'm not a big fan of the heat, but I do a lot of traveling to hot places, and this was different. This was April, so that's like spring, and it was literally like 97, 99, like it was that hot, you know what I mean? So just imagine going in the summer. Be aware, okay? I was actually planning to wear some outfits with pants. They were like jeans. No, y'all, I would not advise to wear any jeans. I don't think the jeans are the way to go for this trip, okay? It's hot, especially if you go in the summer. Honey, don't pack no jeans. It's hot. At about 5:30, everything pretty like cools down. It's not as hot. It's not really beaming. It's still very hot and very warm in the evening, but the sun is like kind of, well, at that time of the year, it's kind of like, you know, dwindling down. So it was getting cooler at 5:30. I know when I was looking to go to Tulum, I was looking for somebody to tell me how to wear my hair. I needed some advice, okay? Like, I was looking to see, like, okay, is it too hot for this, too hot for that? I certainly would not wear anything other than braids. It is hot. No hairstyle I have ever had would have kept up out there. No, not in that heat. If you are looking for some advice on some hair like I was, get some nice braids, because that's all that is gonna withhold up there. I'm telling you, like, if I was to, maybe if you know how to do your own hair or like reapply things, then that will work for you. Me, I'm not trying to do that on vacation. I don't know how to reapply no wig, so I'm gonna need some braids. The strip, I do want to talk about the strip. So it keeps going, like it is very long. The strip is very long, and it looks like in some places it stops. Like you'll be driving, we mostly drove down the strip. We didn't do that much walking down the strip, but we did some days. But driving, you'll be driving for a minute and it looks like, okay, well, we should probably turn around. There's nothing coming up. But no, keep going. There he is. It's like Sprouts where it looks like dead, like nothing going on, no businesses, just like wall or like something abandoned. You know, it looks like there's nothing going on. There's nothing more to see, but there is. The strip goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And that's actually how I found Lolita Tulum. If you guys see my videos, you guys know I found Lolita. I was so happy. That was one of the big things that I seen that I'm sure you guys know about. To follow that dream sign. Everyone loves it. Everyone wants a picture in front of it. I got to meet her. It was nice. It was like, she was an awesome person. Very beautiful business that she has. So yeah, that is one of the places that you will find when you go down the strip, because it is further away than the attractions and restaurants that we all hear about. You will literally go until you can't anymore. Like you can't go anymore. You physically cannot. So that's when you turn around, and that's when you have seen all of the strip. So we actually drove the strip from like beginning to end. The end of one side is the ruins, and the end of the other side is like basically water, but it's like a big wall before you get there. Okay, so let's talk about the restaurants, because I know I had a lengthy list. Y'all know I'm a foodie. I had a lengthy list of places to go, and I still have places to go that I didn't get to go on my trip. So I will definitely be back in Tulum. That is definitely a redo for me. I will be back. The restaurants in Tulum were good. I had some of the best risotto I've ever had in my life. I love risotto. They had some of the best risotto ever in Tulum, okay? The food in Tulum was good. Overall, the food was good. Taboo had the best burger I've had in my life. The burger was so good that my boyfriend ordered a different meal, but he ordered a burger to go because my burger was so good. Like, I went to places like Taboo, Bach, Rosenegger. I went to like a lot of the big places that we hear about. The food was overall good. I do want to say though, the drinks everywhere were so weak. If you didn't get a straight shot or something, it was literally, the drinks were not good. I didn't have one good drink there the whole time. So I would wait to say the drinks, like, you're better off just like getting a bottle unless you just want to get like a cute drink for dinner. That's all I did, was just like get a cute drink for dinner. Just to say I did. If you want to be like in the exciting part of the night for the restaurants, I would say get there before 10. Most of the shows at the restaurants, whether it's a fire show or whatever is going on, starts between around 10 o'clock. Some of them are 9 some nights, I believe, but I believe for the most part they're 10 o'clock. You can go on the site and look. That's basically what I based my reservations off of. I based all my reservations, I did them basically like either an hour to 30 minutes before I knew the show would be starting. That way I can get in, I can get seated, order my food, and then I can enjoy the show. So I would definitely recommend, one, making reservations, definitely, because if you don't, you will be waiting in lines. And I've seen a lot of people get turned away because they get pretty full for the night. Like, they will get booked up for the night earlier in the day. And two, I would say, if you are going to make reservations at these amazing restaurants, then definitely make sure you're making a reservation about 9 o'clock so you can be there for the show and, you know, get the whole experience. Okay. One thing I didn't like was that we went to Bach and they were out of food. And my reservation was like probably like 9 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock, so earlier in the night. However, it was right before the show and they were out of food. So that was like, not out of food completely, but like when we first sat down, our waiter came over and introduced himself, and then he like went over this list of things that they did not have. And one of the things, I forget what it was, but it was like so basic. It was actually what I was about to order. So I was pretty upset. And actually what my boyfriend's about to order too. It was like both things we wanted to go there for, they didn't have. It was earlier in the night, so it was like, how are you out already, you know? So overall, Tulum was definitely expensive, and that's another thing, guys. When you're in Cancun, because like I said, I spent time in Cancun and I went to Tulum, and I know a lot of people do that. When you're in Cancun, a lot of people, they really appreciate the US dollar. They want it, you know what I mean? You can spend US dollars almost everywhere. It's no problem. If you're going to Tulum, then I would suggest you get pesos. Almost everywhere will accept US dollars. However, it cannot be bigger than a 20 or forget about it. Literally, I had a girl laugh in my face because I tried to give her a $100 bill. She literally like tapped her friend and like pointed to my money, and they both laughed. But anyways. So definitely don't take a $100 bill out there, because Tulum, there'll be nowhere to break it. Even the gas stations, the 7-Elevens, nowhere can break your $100 bill. So if I were you, if you are going to take US dollars to Tulum, then take 20s. However, I would just get pesos, and I would probably get your pesos switched over before you get to Tulum. That way you can get the most out of your money, because they do have a higher exchange rate once you're actually in Tulum. So yeah, definitely pesos. And if you just don't want to do pesos, then just take dollars, single dollars, 5s, 10s, and 20s. Nothing bigger than a 20, or you're gonna have a hard time spending it. Other than like, I guess if you're at a restaurant like Bach or something where your total is going to be like $100 and something dollars or $200 and something dollars, then you could obviously spend it there, but that's about it. And they don't even like, the change is very scarce there. So if you want your money back, your change, just spend pesos or take smaller bills. Okay guys, so I realized while editing that I forgot to tell you guys, no rip money. So now I was talking about the pesos and US dollars and everything. Do not have any ripped US dollars. So if it is just the corner is off of your little single your dollar bill or $20 bill, no, that's no good to them. I don't know why, you know, here we'll still spend it if it has a tear, rip. No, they don't want any rip money, no tear, no missing piece of corner, nothing. So make sure you guys keep that in mind too. Overall, Tulum was expensive, definitely, but it was definitely worth it, and I'm going back. I'm gonna be back. I'm definitely gonna be back in Tulum. I feel like that's the place that you have to go and at least spend 2 weeks if you want to really experience Tulum. And maybe not even 2 weeks, but about a week and a half. You know what I mean? Like, you have to really stay there, and like, there's so much to do. It's so many beautiful places in Tulum to see. It's so many great cenotes and awesome attractions, like just outside of the food, because first of all, I need like a month to say just to eat all the food I want to eat. Just to go to all the restaurants I want to go to, but just to see everything I want to see. And I have like a very lengthy list still, so if you guys are going there and you guys watch my Tulum vlogs, obviously, you know, I listed the places I was going, but if you guys are going a little bit longer than I was there and you need more places or other suggestions, then please let me know. I am more than happy to share my list of places that I still have left to go with you guys, because Tulum was awesome, guys. Like, if you're thinking about going there, go. It's lit. I saw a lot of girls trips. I saw a lot of group trips. It was like fun, super fun. I went with my boyfriend. I feel like no matter who you go with, whether it's a couple, a group, a girls trip, whatever, you're gonna have fun, but be prepared to spend some money, because Tulum is expensive, okay? And they know it. They know they're expensive. There's also taxis everywhere, so you can definitely take a taxi. However, the taxis, I believe, are super expensive, because our scooter actually broke down one night and I needed to take a taxi from literally the corner of our, like, where we have, there was like a bunch of hotels, and that's where our hotel was at. And so once you get out to the main street, that's where our scooter broke down. So all I needed to do was like literally go down the little trail and then make a couple turns, couple loop arounds, and I was at my hotel. And the taxi driver, I'm pretty sure, charged me like $10 to do that, and it was like a 2-second drive, literally. But anyway, guys, that is it. That's all I have here for you for Tulum. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that I answered your questions. If I didn't, though, you guys know you can always comment down below and ask me any questions anytime. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you like it and comment. If you guys aren't subscribed, then subscribe, because I know y'all coming back every week for these vlogs but not subscribing. So make sure y'all subscribe and turn those post notifications on, because baby, we not done with the travel vlogs. You know that. You know we're on the next flight soon, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it is a pleasure sharing my travel advice with you guys. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment down below. And I will see you guys in the next vlog.